I didn't have any broken bones, but my neck got whiplash and it came out of place.
My 600-pound life isn't just about weight loss. It's about pain, perseverance, and the fight to reclaim a life. Some stories are so raw and heartbreaking, they stay with you long after the episode ends. From emotional childhood trauma to battles with addiction and loss, these are the most heart-wrenching journeys ever featured on My 600-Pound Life, and they'll move you to tears. This is Abby's story. Abby has been on his bed for more than 7 years. The only thing that motivates him to keep trying is his wife, Brenda. He is 37 years old and he has no idea what he weighs. Right now, he is scared that he might not wake up one day, and that just terrifies him. Can things really get better for him? Let's see. This is how his story begins.
My inspiration, my light at the end of this tunnel. When I wake up, first thing I have to do is bathe.
Imagine having to go through all of this every morning. It's not surprising that his wife is the only motivation he has to even want to get up in the morning. It's lovely that his wife takes such good care of him, even with his condition.
Scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and toast for breakfast.
All right.
Breakfast and coffee.
Did he just say that how he ate when he was much younger is way better than now? Wow, now I'm curious. I wonder what made him love food from a very young age. My guess is that he went through something very traumatic.
My metabolism will kick in. No, it didn't. It just stopped and kept on gaining weight. When I graduated from high school, I went to school in Florida.
It never turns out that way, Abby. It never works out that way. His parents were never around to supervise his eating, so he always ate whenever and whatever he wanted. Funny thing is that because he was much younger, he thought he would lose weight over time. Sadly, that was not the case.
And then we went on our first date. We went to the movies with my nieces and nephews, and they were like, and being kids. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so ashamed. And she's like, don't worry, I love it. And she took control of the whole situation, and she had him.
Ouch, that had to be a very traumatizing experience. Imagine buying an engagement ring to propose to your girlfriend and you get into an accident on your way to her house that almost takes your life. Man, I'm sure his girlfriend would have broken down into a million pieces.
They took me to an MRI machine and got the x-ray imaging they needed to find out what was going on. I had a problem with 3 discs. They were damaging the spinal cord.
That's enough reason to actually fall into depression. That accident ruined a lot for Abby. His wife even said that the doctors that did his surgery told her that he might never walk again because of the damage that was done to his spinal cord.
Shared by a lot of people in Puerto Rico, and we got referred to a foundation which was helping a lot of people after the hurricane.
Come on, let's be honest. That's actually very impressive. Abby doesn't let the fact that he is immobile stop him from working and making money for him and his wife. He has a remote job that allows him to work from the comfort of his bed. Now I wish I had a job like that.
All I see is the wall in front of me, the walls right beside me,
Salsa con queso.
and my wife that come in and out.
Seems like they work hand in hand to get things done. Since Abby can't stand up from the bed, his wife has to do all of the shopping, and she prepares their meals. What's amazing is that they get to spend quality time even after having a stressful day. That's lovely, but he really needs to start worrying about his weight.
Trying and fix that, and it got fixed to a certain point, but since I've been in the bed so long,
That's not good. Abby finally reached out to Dr. Now, and it seems like he might have some serious problems. Apparently, Abby has been on the bed for so long that his feet can no longer be straight on the ground. He tells Dr. Now about his condition, and even the doc can't hide his worry.
I've been to the hospital. They know that I need physical therapy, but having a physical therapy some year, we haven't gotten that yet.
That does sound like a good plan. Since Abby can't walk on his feet, Dr. Now says he is going to send some physiotherapists to come help him and see if he can still use his legs to move around. Let's just hope the damage to his leg is not so severe.
You're doing it right. Good. Yeah. It means you're doing it right. Ready? Come on. Go strong. Come on, bud. Good. I know the doctor was concerned to be able to wave off.
Surprisingly, that went pretty well. The physiotherapist the doc asked to come check on Abby showed up, and they did some routine exercises. His leg isn't entirely bad, and he is still able to move around. The only thing now is that Abby needs to put in the work, so moving around would be possible and much easier.
So I lost strength, and that's why I really do need the physical therapy to get the strength back.
For Dr. Now to come down to his house, you can tell he really cares about Abby and wants the best for him. But here's the thing. Due to the fact that Abby hasn't left his bed in 7 years, his sores are infected, and he needs to get the infection under control before it gets worse than it already is.
Place that you want to get to. But when it's just, yeah, we'll see how we do it for next time. That's not a goal. That's it's like nothing. So I feel like I'm doing.
Seems to me like Abby is at a crossroads with himself and his weight loss journey. He feels like the fact that he doesn't have a goal that relates to him losing weight is technically no goal. At this point, I think Abby might need therapy to stay on track with his weight loss journey.
Alright, on the bed. Let's go. Ow!
Alright. Keep pulling.
Alright, let's go.
Keep pulling. Keep pulling.
See you in the center? We're good. They're on there. Yeah. We can get this board out from under you, okay? 3.
For a second there, I thought they were not going to be able to lift him out of the bed. More than 5 people trying to get him out of the bed is actually scary. Abby's condition is not getting better, and Dr. Now wants him to be close by so he can be properly monitored.
We need to do it, get everything straight out for you, okay? So at this point,
Well, that's some good progress. Abby has been checked into the hospital, and so far it does seem like things might work out for the best. He feels way better than he did when he was home, and I can't lie, that's a pretty good sign.
Something to do, so I don't mind it. But I'm hoping that at some point soon, Dr. Now is gonna take me to the next level.
I couldn't agree more with Dr. Now. Abby has been able to lose up to 200 pounds of weight. Usually, Dr. Now would send him home to lose some more before coming back. But with his current state, Dr. Now feels it's time for him to get his weight loss surgery.
hopefully everything looks good and we can move ahead with Abby's weight loss surgery soon.
You can tell that he couldn't wait to break the news to his wife. Dr. Now told him that he was approving him for weight loss surgery, and as you'd expect, the first person he called was his wife. He has come a long way. I'm pretty sure we are all proud of Abby.
Room light on. Abby's surgery went very well. That was one of the most challenging weight loss surgery that we have done for a while with this condition because of his functional paraplegia and lower extremities.
This is Isaac's story. There's never a time when Isaac is not eating. Once he is awake, best believe that food is going down his throat. He is 23 years old, and he does not know what he weighs. He struggles every morning to put on clothes because his weight is just so much. What makes things a little easy is the fact that he lives with his family and they help him out with some of his chores. This is how Isaac's story begins.
Can you lift up a little bit for me?
Yeah. And I'm embarrassed about that because I moved back home to take care of my mom. She has cancer and she struggles with her size too. So I'm supposed to be helping her, but I'm the one who needs the help now. And that makes me feel bad. I'm still trying to do what I can.
Man, that is just so sad. Isaac wants to do more with himself, but is limited because of his weight. His mom has cancer, so he moved back home to try to take care of her. But instead of that happening, Isaac is the one that everybody in the house has to take care of, and that makes him feel horrible. Walking and breathing are starting to become very difficult for him, and it worsens every single day.
Y'all got here just in time and watching them enjoy the food. So I do feel like I have a special connection with food, but I do like eating too. Good morning, Angel. How many eggs do you want?
At this point, it's safe to say that food is Isaac's best friend. It's the only thing that brings him joy and comfort. The sweet part is that he is actually a good cook. His family members love his meals and they love when he cooks. Part of what brings him joy is seeing that every member of his family gets to eat and actually enjoy every meal that he prepares. That must be so amazing. I wish everyone liked my cooking.
And this caused him to be very underweight as a child. So we did worry about his weight because he was so small and so tiny. But when we were finally able to get him to eat.
Seems like we know how his love for food started. When Isaac was a child, he had an illness that made him very underweight. This made his family members very scared because they thought they were going to lose him. Isaac got better, and he began to eat pretty much everything. His parents, being scared that the illness would come back, decided to make sure he was always properly fed. From that moment on, food became his best friend.
I had to cook and clean and give homeschool to myself and my siblings because there was nobody else to do it. My mom couldn't even physically take care of herself at that point. And my dad worked all day to pay the bills.
That must have been a very big shoe for Isaac to fit in at a very young age. At the age of 10, Isaac's mom had a stroke, and that made her unable to take care of him and his siblings. Isaac had to assume the role of a mother, and he was the one who would constantly be in the kitchen cooking for the entire family. Believe me, it was no easy task. All this happened after he lost his grandmother, which broke his heart because she was like a second mom to him.
After that, I was just staying home and eating. So my weight climbed over 600 pounds quickly.
He started to avoid phone calls from his friends.
Man, Isaac literally gave up his future to help his mother take care of the family. His mother's condition went from a stroke to cancer, and he had to move back to the house permanently. He got depressed from seeing his mom in such a state, and he just shut down. He stopped talking to his friends, and all he did was take care of his mom and eat his sadness away. Even to this day, Isaac still feels some level of depression when he is alone.
I've never done anything like this at my size, so I'm really nervous. It's like a 5-hour drive, so it's not going to be easy for me because I'm gonna go down there and then try to come straight back. So it's like 10 hours.
I'm just glad this is finally happening. It's good to see that Isaac wants to start taking care of his health and work towards a better future. He has decided to head down to Houston to see Dr. Now. What scares Isaac the most is having to stay all by himself without his family. That terrifies him a lot. His mom reassures him that everything is going to be okay and he should focus on getting better for himself.
I met Dr. Nels for the first time to see him about weight loss surgery. I'm about to see where my weight's at and how much I have to lose. That's not good, but I'm ready to change that. That's why I'm here. And if I get help today to do that,
You just have to love how positive Isaac's mind is. He made the trip down to Houston, and I must tell you, it was not an easy one. He had so much anxiety, but he was able to pull through. He hopped on the scale at the hospital, and it read that he weighed 661 pounds. Of course, he is surprised and scared, but he is also optimistic that things are going to get better because he wants to get better. Now that's the spirit.
Hovering around 2%. 2%. Okay. You know why? Because everybody goes back to the same old habit. And if you
Is Isaac really ready to lose the weight? Isaac tells the doc that he is the one who cooks for his family, and the doc immediately says that if he wants to lose weight, he has to stop being around so much food. He then tells Isaac that he needs to lose 80 pounds in the next 2 months before he can be approved for weight loss surgery. He has been added to the weight loss program, but Dr. Now needs to be sure that he really wants to lose weight.
so how does it look to you?
It looks good. It smells good. It smells really good.
Well, the whole meal is only like 300 calories.
Okay, Isaac. Moment of truth. Okay. A little bit more seasoning, but it's good.
Yeah, I needed more seasoning.
But like some pieces got more than others. But it's got like
You like the shrimp?
Yeah, está bien.
I know this meal tonight wasn't something everyone in the family is excited about, and I can admit I could have done better with it.
I'm not going to lie, it's really good to see that his family is adapting to the new diet. The doc gave Isaac a diet to follow, and he brought it to his family. Since Isaac is the chef in the house, he decided to put everyone in the family on the diet that Dr. Now gave him. From the look of things, it seems like everyone likes the new diet. This is good because it's going to help Isaac lose the weight he needs.
So that means your goal is to lose 100 pounds before you shoot. So you think you can do that?
I'll try.
All right, we'll schedule your appointment for next month. And I'll see you then. But go over the diet and see how you haven't made enough changes yet. Because you don't look like you made...
I mean, Dr. Now is not wrong. If Isaac wants to be around to take care of his mom, he also needs to take care of himself first. Isaac missed his appointment with the doc and decided to call and see if he could reschedule. He explained the situation, and the doc told him that he needs to prioritize his health over that of his mom. He also told Isaac that he needs to lose an extra 20 pounds before his next appointment. In total, he needs to lose 100 pounds.
I made a lot of changes to my eating, and I know I've made progress. But my goal weight loss was a lot for today. 661 at my last weigh-in 4 months ago. And with the delays, my goal turned into having to lose 120 pounds. And if I did that, I'd be under 541. So I'm hoping to see a number that small at least. Okay. I was hoping it'd be higher. It's more than I've ever lost like this.
That is far from what the doc wanted him to lose. It's been more than 3 months now, and all Isaac has been able to lose is 40 pounds. But we really can't blame him. He has had to take care of his mom and still be the chef of the house. That's a lot if you ask me. But we all know that Dr. Now won't be happy with his progress, given the fact that Isaac does not have a lot of time.
So it's not very safe for you to have surgery. And if you keep all this strain on your body for much longer, it's just going to be a matter of time before something happens that pushes your body over the edge. And it gives out, and that's it for you to try to lose that weight. And I'm going to give you another 2 months to lose the rest of the weight you should have lost this time.
Surprisingly, Dr. Now seems to be very gentle with Isaac. He has given him another chamber to lose the weight he needs so he can get weight loss surgery. He then explains to Isaac why it's very important for him to lose weight before he gets under the needle. He doesn't want Isaac having complications during surgery, so he gives him another 2 months to lose the remaining weight he was supposed to lose. Well, let's see if he can do just that.
So what we also do is we'll go ahead and run the thing to make sure you can handle surgery. And if you come back with that weight loss in 2 months, you'll be ready for weight loss surgery, and we'll move ahead with that. That sound good to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'd like you to do another therapy appointment to continue with that.
Irene's weight has reached an all-time high. She likes to be happy all the time, and the only thing that brings her joy is when she eats. Sadly, that has done some serious damage to her body. She's 39 and has no idea what she weighs. Is she going to get better? Is this the end of the line? Let's find out. Irene starts her journey like this.
It's hard for me to do things because of my weight. All my family and friends help me do what I have to do. Even with all the weight I have on me now, I'm still able to get around and do some basic things myself, like cleaning my. So I push myself to do that. It's hard. It's very hard. You have so many areas you have to keep clean. I get out of breath, and so I can barely handle finishing. So I'm never fully clean because I can't do it all.
I'm sure you can see what I mean when I say that her eating habits have done so much damage to her body. Irene goes through so much pain and discomfort every morning when she tries to take a shower. The worst part is that she has to have a bath twice in a day because she can't clean all her body parts from one shower.
I had to move in with them because I wasn't able to get all my caretaker cameo. That has to help me. I try to limit it to getting me what I need. But you know, the reality is, can't do it on my own. Sometimes if I get dressed, I still have to rest a bit because of how tired that makes. I'm exhausted already.
Honestly, it's a good thing that she has family around her that's willing to help her through her situation. Imagine if she was all alone and she had to do all of this. Phew, I'm pretty sure she would have surrendered to her weight a long time ago.
You know, because when I have my favorite food, all the hurting me is until the food is gone.
I ain't even offer me a piece of chicken. Do you want a piece of chicken? Chicken, I'm trying to eat healthy, you know.
That has to be the cutest thing ever, right? Food might be doing a lot of damage to her body, but one thing we can't argue with is the fact that Irene's family knows her to spoil her and treat her like a baby. Now, I wish I was part of her family.
And my mom, she left him, and I think that's when I became depressed, you know. I remember the start of my eating.
Man, that's a lot. Irene's eating problems started when she was very young. She always loved food as a kid, but her making food a coping mechanism started when her parents separated due to the fact that her dad would constantly turn her mom into a punching bag.
Both my mom and my sister did, because with my mom, she took care of us. But she had to work hard to provide life to me and my sister back then. My mom is...
Irene's childhood sounds like a total nightmare. She had the worst high school experience. She was always teased and bullied by her classmates because of her size. Poor Irene. Well, she was able to have boyfriends, so I guess it wasn't that bad.
To have his interest. My boyfriend was abusive. I stayed with him, and I got pregnant when I was 16 and had my son when I was 17. That's when I had Jacory. But after, and my boyfriend broke up with me.
I take back what I said about Irene having boyfriends. Apparently, she had a boyfriend when she was 16 and he was abusive in every way possible. She got pregnant for him, and when he found out, he broke up with her. Being a mother at that age has to be a lot to handle.
The wrong people. Time was my lowest point because all my idea had me to lose my kid. At that point, Jory was 18 and I had gone out on his own. And I had my 4 other kids.
Honestly, not a lot of people can survive what Irene went through as a teenager. As a mother, losing your kids because of an addiction has to be the worst thing ever. Thankfully, Irene got sober for her kids. Let's hope she can use that same energy to work on her eating problem.
Even when I'm full, I push myself in the shop food that I make sure it's all gone so no one. So once I have what I want, I'm gonna eat it all no matter what. Being able to change it, you know.
Man, Irene needs to slow down. I mean, we understand that food is her happy place, but that's a lot of junk food. The sad part about her situation is that she knows it's not good for her body, but she just doesn't know how to stop, and that's the problem.
I think I'm around 600 pounds, give or take.
Whenever you're ready.
And at that weight, I'm just not... Okay. No, that weight is unacceptable.
To be honest, that's really all that matters. The fact that she wants to make a change shows that there's still some hope. Irene makes it to the hospital, and apparently she weighs over 600 pounds. She's heading to see the doc to know what her faith will be. Let's see how that goes.
This is instruction you need to go over and study to show. And this is one for you too. So you read this every day and list of food to avoid.
Is it just me, or does that sound scary? Dr. Now says that he is worried that she might have a severely compromised pulmonary system. He wants to run some tests to make sure that she is all good before they proceed with how she's going to cut down on her weight. Let's just hope she's strong enough for what's ahead of her.
I promise I'm gonna try to make it taste
like
cool,
because so far it has been the taste and has been actually well.
I know you're gonna like the meal. Workout that's gonna come after it.
And that's That's exactly what Irene needs, a friend that's going to stick by her side as she tries to lose weight for her surgery. Irene's friend has been by her side for 15 years, and she doesn't intend on leaving her anytime soon, especially when she has so much she needs to do with her weight.
I hand you the ball, and every time you hand it, give me a goal on why you want to lose this weight. Important. Here we go.
I want to be able to be.
Hey.
Man, you just want to have a friend like that. Aside from eating, this is the only person who brings out Irene's happy side, and that's such a beautiful thing to see. Oh well, it's time for her second appointment with the doc. Let's see how that goes.
And I'm hoping it's enough to be able to move and invest with Dr. Now and in his program today. It's only going to be possible if I have the result I'm supposed to.
$5.98.
Ouch, that can't be real. Irene seemed to be doing so well. So what's going on? She makes it to the hospital for her second appointment and the scale says that she lost only 5 pounds. How did they happen?
Okay. All right. Then your goal is to lose 60 pounds in 2 months. Then we will move ahead with you and consider surgery.
Yeah, I promise, Dr. Now.
Well, she has been given a second chance to make things right. Dr. Now gives her another target that he wants her to achieve within the next 2 months. Hopefully, she buckles up and gives it all she's got.
Weight loss surgery, so I can get closer. I'm fighting to have.
The resistance band.
Okay, you say do what now?
Your feet.
Okay.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Looks like Irene finally understands what it means to give it all it takes. She's been working out extremely hard, and this time around it feels like the results might be different. But first, let's see what the scale says.
My last appointment, I only made it down, and the goal I needed was 60 pounds by now, 38. From the scale, if I made.
At this point, I give up. It's like every time she tries to lose weight, it just blows up right in her face. One thing I know for sure is that Dr. Now is not going to be happy with her progress, and she is going to get some scolding.
Hi, Irene. How you doing?
I'm good considering.
How you holding up? You okay?
Yeah.
What you been doing with your diet since we talked?
Struggling. I don't think I made as much progress, to be honest.